What? What'd you get?
I got freaking Yates'd. I'm Spencer Hutchins. I'm in sales at Z1, going on 10 years, I guess, with the company. Started as a tech first couple years. Guess I got my feet pretty wet.
Oh, come on, he got his damn feet wet.
Done some product development stuff over the years, some supply chain management stuff, sales now, a lot of tech stuff. I guess, it feels like sometimes job titles and the hats that you wear are a little broader than singular things. I've done most everything except a dedicated shipping or pre-packing role, I guess, at this point. So, and I've done a little bit of that, when need be. Taking care of things from the conceptual level down to the bottom. Taking out trash. It needs to be done. I've done it. Current car is a 2011 370Z. It's pretty ruined.
This evening is ruined. The whole evening is ruined.
In a good way, I guess, but not very usable for the street anymore. It's shelled down to about 2,900 pounds, like fully wet. Yeah, it's more car than I am driver. Dedicated for the track, and I'm still trying to catch up with it and refine it as I go. Making changes to the car and refining it more to how I want it, and try to find speed out of it, which has been paying off at the track when I get to go. Yeah, that. And then, of course, the daily. I drive like a Nissan Frontier. Beater. It's like a 250,000 miles on the clock. I bought it cheap. Had been buried, in the woods at somebody's house for a couple of years. Had really common transmission problems and everything. So kind of worked through that in ways they say you can't. And I don't ask much of it. Just try to commute, not beat on her or anything like that. She's doing okay. Get around there. So a couple other things, I guess, in the work. We got a Team Miata for jump racing, and there's like a backup Camry at home. Yeah, that was exciting.
Making their way, the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more close over the line.
That was the Nationals, 2016, and I'm the one that I guess was the driving force for being the main organizer behind that event. Kind of had my hands full with putting it together. Did not get a chance to get it on track until late in the day, so this is probably 2:30ish, and then it was, hey, can you give some rides? So, not one to try to disappoint. You can just tell when you got somebody over there that's uncomfortable, because they curl up like in the fetal position, and it's really funny to catch in the peripheral. I think my second or third person, which was Jared, was with me, and we managed to get out there in one of the quicker groups, and we were having a pretty good run, not a lot of track congestion, and we were running down the C7. That was pretty fast, and I think I just kind of got focused on them and managed to catch them through 12, carrying a ton of speed, and did the accordion thing. So as we're coming out through 12, I'm bombing on him, and then we get to the front straightaway, and he starts doing the Corvette thing to me. Which was leaving me a little bit, but then he realized I was there, and he gave me the point. It seemed like everything was just happening in slow motion, regular time kind of at the moment. We're all pumped up, and I don't think he understood that I didn't have any more gas to go there. I needed help. So we get halfway down, or probably a little more than halfway down the front straight at Atlanta, and he finally shows me some brake lights. He wants me to come on by, which is great, and I was all excited, so I decided to do it, and I basically pinched off one and carried way too much speed, and just drove kind of straight off the curbing and the outside of one at probably like 100 miles an hour. That was exciting. I'm sure you're gonna show that clip. Probably, yeah. You gotta own it, man.
Yeah.
You gotta own it. That's tough, man. Like the Z32, really beautiful cars. There was one that was just in this week for service. It's James's Black 96. It's the last car that I built. that may be it for me. I built a few really nice cars that, clients had the budget to follow through and finish out, and I think we're always all trying to get there. Sometimes it takes a really long time, but to get to do it kind of quickly and then see it all come together with paint and everything was nice. That's probably the nicest one. So it was a recession transition, and my previous employer falling on hard times, and my best friend since I was, or one of my best friends since I was 4, was somewhat of an associate, working his way in part way here. Al, he had referred me, so I came out and met the crew. I was just getting married at the time, so I made a transition to Z1 in the winter. Took a vacation for a honeymoon almost right away within a month or 2. It was nice. We talked about it initially, but Z1 worked with me, accommodated. 09. Yeah, dangerous, but so is plenty of other sports. I've seen people get hit in the face with baseballs, or I've suffered from pretty gnarly soccer injuries in my time. I mean, if my kids want to do sports, love to support them. If racing is one, I think it'd be something great to do all together. And yeah. First job was a head gasket from severe abuse, over revving, throwing crank pulleys more than once. Finally reheated that thing. The head gasket job, yeah, that was a big job for a 16, 17-year-old know nothing. Haynes manual? God, what was I thinking? Haynes manual. Oof. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm so glad FSMs are hosted everywhere now. Yeah, much better resources to get things going. But yeah, that was the first big one. I kind of dove in and just figured out. Did a little port work with it at the same time. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's nationals. I don't know. Years ago. There's so many of those. Yeah, that was trying some billet wheels in some 675 turbos, a little past their prime. Car been making a lot of power for many years, and trying to adapt to that was a learning lesson. I think it got 2 pulls in, showing really good promise before one of them decided it was done. 72-hour blur. Really, it had been modifying 675s, put it together, put it on the dyno, push it on race gas, unload it from the dyno, back to the lift, updated different turbos that were not flanged and bolt-on, as we so often are blessed with here. I mean, as big as a job as that is, try no sleep, days before nationals, coming into hours before nationals to change up to a different billet turbo that's not flanged. So motor drop back out, change all that, back in to get a car back to the dyno, ready to go. Track the car as fast as I'll get out. So yeah, I don't know. This maybe younger years, I'm not sure I could pull those things off these days anymore, but pretty epic kind of things we pulled off, I think, in time. And that's, I don't know, it's like special time. It was tough, but it was great. I don't know how funny you're going to make that or awful you're going to make it, but please don't put anything in that's bad. I don't know if I really...